Welcome back. I want to talk with you about marriage, wedding cakes, people's beliefs, and the lunacy of forcing someone to break from their religious beliefs in order to make someone else feel better about themselves. You've probably heard about Sweet Cakes by Melissa, a now defunct bakery in Oregon owned by Aaron and Melissa Klein. A woman and her mother walked into the bakery, requested a wedding cake for the woman's wedding. Sounds good. But there was a catch. She was marrying another woman. In this day and age in the United States of America, we are forced to say that's just like any marriage. It's just two people of age in love who want to tie the knot. Of course, it's not like most other marriages, not traditionally, historically, religiously, or any other way. The fact that I just said that has already gotten some of the far left and in the LGBTQXYZ community steaming mad. But my comments here aren't about gay marriage, right or wrong. Instead, they're about whether in this country, where freedom of religion was so important to the founders that they put it in the First Amendment, the government can force Americans to put their religious beliefs aside, make them defy their beliefs to accommodate someone else's beliefs. That's exactly what happened here. The woman who walked into the bakery said the cake was for her wedding with another woman. The owner of the bakery said, "I can't help you. That goes against my religious beliefs." The gay couple sued because of emotional distress. And somehow in my America, they won. There is no indication that the baker ever turned away a gay person for having some cake or donuts or brownies or anything else. Had they done that, I would be one of the loudest voices saying, hey, you offered public accommodation, but you're picking and choosing who can consume your offerings. You can't do that. But a wedding cake is something different. Making the cake would mean the bakers would be taking part in the ceremony, a ceremony with which they disagree religiously. Look at it this way. Do you have the right to go to a Muslim caterer and tell him he must cater to a Jewish wedding? Or that he has to cater to my event where I want the main dish to be pork? Or go into a Jewish caterer and tell him you must cater to my event, but I insist the food is not kosher? Can I force a Jewish baker to make me a cake that says I love Hitler on it? In this country, we're supposed to have freedom of conscience. The government is not supposed to be able to tell us how to think or how to worship, provided that worship doesn't physically harm another. This gay couple was not harmed. And I'm sure there are tons of other bakeries in Oregon which would have loved to make that cake and take their business. They sued to make a point and to get some cash. And an idiot judge rewarded this couple $135,000 in damages. The bakery's now closed. They can no longer do what they love. There were fundraisers to cover the judgment, but the bakers had held off on paying the fine until the case goes through the appeals process. Then suddenly, just before Christmas, their bank accounts were cleaned out by the government. They were forced to pay the entire judgment, plus interest. This case will likely end up in the Supreme Court, and I pray the right result will come. But we can all learn a lot from this. Those who are pushing tolerance and acceptance were not tolerant nor accepting of these folks who just have different beliefs than they do. You must tolerate their way of life, values, or mores, or you'll be attacked, fined, pushed out of the business, shouted down, and further excommunicated from society. That's just wrong. You want me to accept you, accept me. You want me to tolerate you, tolerate me. Freedom and liberty on all levels comes with a lot of responsibility. You don't have the right to tell me what I can or can't believe. You don't have the right to tell a florist or a baker or a photographer your desire to have their services at your ceremony trumps their belief that the ceremony represents a sin. That's just simple common sense and logic. I'd love to have your thoughts on this. JoePags.com. Click on email Pags. I'll be sure to get back to you. Appreciate you stopping by tonight. Take care.